Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Today we're going to hear about the response to uncomfortable, squirming, and running, fleeing humans. We're going to get this from Psalm 139. Please turn there. This is the psalm that is kind of the "you're known by God" psalm. Yesterday we did verses 1 through 6. "O Lord, you have searched me and know me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me." So one thing you're definitely not is hidden. You know my body positions, my sitting, standing, lying. You know the path that I've been on backwards. You know where I currently am, and you know where I'm going in the future. You know my future actions and my future words. And then kind of most concerning, the thoughts that generate these words and action, as the thoughts, of course, are the engine that drives all that stuff. You know my words before they are spoken. Such thoughts are too wonderful for me, which is code for, Lord, you are blowing my mind and I'm getting scared, and this is too intimate and too close for comfort, which we'll talk about today. So is the knowledge of God too close for comfort? Is his knowledge of me too close for comfort? I think the answer is yes, because of what's going to happen here in just a second. There's definitely an inclination to squirm out of his closeness. And if your proximity alert is going off in Psalm 139, you're not alone. Verse 7. "Where shall I go from your spirit? Or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you're there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as day, for darkness is as light with you." So we see the psalmist here being pursued for not just for examination and for bare knowledge, but we see him kind of coming to the end is the Lord is helping in this. No matter where you're found or where you go, you will need help. And the psalmist, your hand is upon, your hand is leading, your hand is holding. So he offers this, even there, far as away as it can go, wherever your right hand leads me and holds me. So the question for us this morning is, do you need to be held? Do you need to be led? Absolutely is the answer. So are you seen, no matter what attempts you have made from going here, fleeing from the Spirit? The psalmist goes, he ascends up, he lies down, and he finds that you are there. Then he flies as far as possible on the wings of the morning and dwells in the uttermost parts of the sea. Even there, he finds the, little tap on his shoulder. Your hand shall lead me and your right hand hold me. So let's talk about two big concepts that we see in this psalm. One is escaping God. There is an inclination to squirm out of this intimacy with the Lord. Adam and Eve did this in the garden. Every man and woman and child is like a 2-year-old playing hide and seek in the living room with God. And God asks Adam, "Where are you, Adam?" Now, it wasn't because God didn't know where Adam was. God knew where Adam was, hiding. It was because Adam didn't know where he was, metaphorically. So Adam was the lost one. And God's pursuit and God's question just clarified the position for Adam. So why might we wish to flee from God? Well, just a couple of quick answers. Shame from previous violations of the relationship. And then maybe this desire not to live now without rules, without boundaries. I love my sin too much. So the first concept, escaping God, we have an inclination to do that. The second big concept is escaping God, is there's an impossibility to do so. The psalmist goes up, he goes down, he goes into darkness, he flees far, and he finds the darkness isn't dark to you, the farness isn't far to you. Who is the dark dark to? It's to us, to the psalmist. How about far away? If I take the wings of the morning and flee to the uttermost distance, I think it's the uttermost distance, and then tap, tap, tap on your shoulder. No, the Lord is there. I go all that way, and I feel your hand. I feel your holding hand and your leading hand. Even there, your hand shall lead, and your right hand shall hold me. So even there, at the furthest, at the darkest, at the strongest inclination to flee and hide, we find the impossibility. You are there. No matter where I go, you are there. Asking, where are you? Not because God doesn't know, but because we don't know. Where are you, podcast listener? Where are you, Adam? Well, honestly, I've been trying to flee from you. I went as far as I knew. I used every trick in the book. I used distance. I used speed. I used time, darkness. And here we are. You're exactly right here. Your hand is upon me, ready to lead and ready to hold. So I wonder what you have been doing with the knowledge and intimate knowledge of God. Possibly fleeing on the winds of the morning is a definite possibility. And my question would be, well, how's that worked out for you? Where did you end up? Tap, 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 with an intimate God, a proximal God being right there, even though you find yourself at the farthest distance. And then the Lord, there he is, right there, ready, waiting to lead and waiting to hold. So let's just say that you could pick one of these things here today. Do you need the leading hand of God, or do you need the holding hand of God? Because this, at least just for the psalm here today, this is how he can respond to our uncomfortable, squirming humans. He leads and he holds. For today, he offers to lead you or to hold you. Pick one and enjoy it. Thanks for listening.